Good morning, cozy friends. How are we doing? For this vlog, we have a lot to do around the house because I know I'm gonna get some hate for this. Y'all can come at me in the comments, but every year I am one of those people who decorates on November 1st or around November 1st. But every year for the past few years, I've either not gotten the help that I need because for me, it's a little bit harder to put up a tree and decorate and hang up some things, or I've been moving at the beginning or middle of November, so then I didn't want to put everything up only to put it in boxes. So it was kind of like a perfect storm this weekend because this year November 1st happened to fall on a Saturday, which just made it a great time for one of my friends who I haven't seen in 2 months to come up and help me decorate, give me that help that I need to put everything up, to put my tree up. And the friend coming up is Taryn, who I think you might have met in a previous vlog, or at least have seen clips of in a previous vlog. But we're the ones who met in college who only see each other every few months. And then once we kind of get back into our routines, we are yapping, we are gabbing, we are making jokes. So when we do hang out, we really just want to make the full day of it. So she's coming up really early this morning, and then we're just going to spend the entire day. I have to put away all of my fall things. So there's some on this little shelf, there's some out in my living room, there's some kind of in my kitchen. They're just all kind of scattered different places. And then also on the docket today, I want to go just holiday decor shopping because yes, I have a problem. Yes, I probably have way too much already. I'm going to take stock what I already have. And then after seeing what I do have, I know this shelf is pretty well covered because that's the first thing that I decorate, because I see it every day and because it's the background of a lot of my vlogs, a lot of my streams. And then we might do some impulsive purchases for things out in my living room, out in my kitchen. But then the main thing on the list today is I've had this poopy little tree, Charlie Brown-esque little tree that has served me very well, that I got, I think, my last year in college. And again, it's been great the past few years, but it is just such a hassle to dig it up. It is not very full. It's not giving what it needs to give for these 2 months that I'll be so annoying and have these decorations up. I think I'm also in that part of my life where I'm starting to invest in a little bit better quality of things for a little bit higher price, but that will last me a lot longer and that I really like a lot more. Because just like so many people, when I was in college, was not only just buying the cheapest thing that would just get me through, but then also my styles were changing, my tastes were changing. Everything that I thought I would 2 years down the road, I'm looking at and I'm saying, I don't think I love that anymore. I don't think that's serving me in the way that I want to. So investing in some of that nicer stuff, the one thing that I do want is maybe a pre-lit Christmas tree. Because it is November 1st, they might not be on sale anymore. They might have jacked the prices up. So it's really if it's on sale and if it's a good price, while still being a little bit upgraded, I think I want a pre-lit tree this year. Just to save me the hassle, just to maybe look a little bit more full. I think it'll be a good investment moving forward. Now, if I get there and they're great, give me all your money and maybe an arm and a leg for this tree, that's when we back off. That's when we look for an in-between of the Charlie Brown Christmas tree and the Rockefeller tree. We find a happy balance that's maybe not pre-lit, but still works for what we need it to. So what I want to do before Taryn comes up is get out that little bin of fall, Christmas, holiday, sort of just whatever box, and then just start clearing things off, because even though Taryn is I'm so down to help you, I'm so down to take everything down, organize with you, decorate with you, I want to get started, so I might take off everything of the shelf, because I usually try to start fresh with at least that, put away some of the fall decor that I just have out so that we can actually start fresh and just get going and enjoy the day. The amount of workout I just got to get that out, I knocked over 14 things in the closet behind me. I think I'm good for next year for the gym, if that's okay with everyone. But everything, as you can see, is off that shelf. I have some of the fall decor kind of in a pile. I have some of the Christmas decor in a pile. That is just a hodgepodge of things, but it's going well so far. The other thing I'm realizing filming this vlog is I think my next investment needs to be one of those little tripod things, because I have the moth phone case, which is great for setting up shots and having it not move like this one. but you're just on like a coffee table right now, which means I need to bend my back in ways that I didn't know I could in order to be in frame. But cleaning everything up reminded me the one other thing on my list, other than like a pre-lit tree for this corner right here, is I got this garland, I think at Home Goods. It's so cute. It's like a little mushroom crocheted look, and it's a lot heavier than it actually looks like on camera. These have some weight to it. But I love this like crocheted, just like homemade look for garlands. I realize I'm not that big a fan of like just like the garland green sort of tinsel look because it also gets everywhere, but it's also like for my TV stand right here, right next to my tree. So I just don't need all that much. So I want to find a different like homemade thing. And I just haven't found one yet. So if any of you have any ideas, if I haven't found one by the end of this vlog, I would love for you to let me know.
Color drip candles. Faith. Faith. Oh.
I wasn't gonna tell you that wasn't the
You knew?
I did.
What is that?
What actually is this?
It's the tree.
No, look. There's like a green thing running all around it that won't.
Ah!
What?
It was keeping it together.
No, because then look, there's like a whole ass thing right here. Is this?
That's the plug for the lights.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm so confused.
Really, there's a whole. I can like see its whole thing, like that it's clearly lights from my end.
You said it's not the same thing.
It's too unpredictable.
Apparently every song
No,
is.
like. Oh, it is Frank Sinatra again. He's just being unpredictable.
When we were talking, when you were like, I thought you were on my Tinder dates. But, oh god.
What would we have done? Just in the tree, Andy. Okay,
I'm
that's
just
us really.
really telling you the story. And all of that just.
Oh my god.
I'll go get the.
Ah! Oh my god.
Hi, cozy friends. Yesterday was so much fun. Taryn and I had such a fun day running around, doing little shopping, getting all the little treats that we needed, playing some games, like just having really intentional time with each other when we don't even get to see each other that often was just a blast. And as you can see behind me, it went extremely well yesterday. I will say I was very surprised at the stuff that we did find that I already didn't have, because most of what you see I already have. The collection has been growing over the course of a few years, that most of the things, like, I've stopped myself most years from just buying, like, everything new, because I'm like, oh, that's really cute, and oh, that's really cute, and this little item would look amazing, but I've stopped myself because we've been so good the past few years. But the things that we did find, the big things on our list, was a little garland that was similar to the mushroom one that I showed you yesterday, and I was, like, so scared, but we went to Hobby Lobby, and Hobby Lobby has, like, different aisles for, like, different sort of vibes for Christmas and, like, the holidays in general, where, like, it's like a pink theme and, like, a silver theme and a gold theme and kind of, like, gingerbread Christmas. But that means that they don't have, like, each of their garlands or wreaths or, like, even decor all in one place. You kind of have to search through each aisle to see, like, what sort of garlands go with this theme, and do I like any of them that kind of go with my broader theme of that, like, nostalgic 2000s Christmas. They did have more of, like, a traditional sort of Christmas, but all of it were, like, ornaments and, like, bells and ribbons and those sort of things. And again, I was really hoping for more, like, a crocheted sort of homemade look. So it was actually in, like, not necessarily, like, a candy Christmas, but, like, a red sort of candy cane sort of Christmas aisle that I found that really cute candy cane garland that just fit the vibe so well. It's so cute out there. Like, that is specifically the vibe that I was going for. So glad that we found that. The other surprise of the day was Home Depot, because luckily Hobby Lobby still had their, like, 50% off sale, because I was getting a little nervous with the things that I still needed to buy. But some of the things I still needed to buy, I wanted to wait for Taryn so we can go together, but also I needed help with, so I wasn't going to buy it before November 1st. But I was like, I don't know how quick some of these stores are when, like, November 1st rolls around, like, Halloween is done for them. They are upmarking all their little Christmas prices just to get as much out of people as they can. But all their trees were still, like, hundreds of dollars for these, like, really nice looking trees, but, like, just not anything that really caught my eye for that price. So my backup was always kind of Home Depot, because I knew that they had good trees. I knew that they weren't, like, too expensive. I looked at a few online. They could kind of range from, like, not expensive to really expensive. But we got in there and we saw, like, all the fun, fresh things that they just shoot right at your eyes, where they're, like, color changing. They have, like, remotes that go with them. They, like, freaking spin on an axis, like, all these things that were, like, hundreds of dollars that I was like, I don't know if we're gonna find what I need here, because I'm not about to drop hundreds of dollars so my tree can spin alone in my apartment. But then call it a holiday miracle, because we're walking, like, towards the end of the little tree aisle, and just tucked away in a little corner was this 6.5-foot tree, pre-lit, that has both colored and white lights for $50. $50. I said, I don't know why they're hiding this over there. That needs to be at the front of the store for everyone like me. So I'm assuming it's, like, as cheap as it is, because it's not, like, the most full or the most, like, real looking. But honestly, from what I shot yesterday and from what you all probably looked at, I think it looks fine. I think it accomplishes the goal to bring a little bit more merry, to bring a little bit more happiness and fun into my day and day during the holidays. So I'll get off my little soapbox, but that to say, if you need a tree, if you are looking for some holiday spirit, Home Depot might be the place to start. Yesterday when we were decorating too, I was trying to think, like, how do I want to end this? Do I just want to do, like, a cute little before and after, which we absolutely did. But then I started thinking, like, the past 2 or 3 years, maybe because we're getting older, because we have more adult responsibilities, I've talked with so many friends that have said, like, the holidays or, like, Halloween or just, like, this time in general doesn't feel like as magical as it used to. And I totally agree, like, for whatever it is, whether we're just, like, working over the holidays, whether we're, like, having more responsibilities of cooking, of cleaning, of, like, hosting over the holidays, it doesn't have that same, like, magical spirit that it used to. And so I've been really intentional of making, like, little bucket lists for, like, the fall and the winter to make sure that I more intentionally, like, set aside time to do all these fun things, to like make those new traditions, to really set myself up to like have these memories that I'll look back on once the season's over and be like, oh, I wasted that season. Oh, I didn't do anything fun that season. Now it's over. It's like, no. We very clearly set up these intentions and these things to do to make it kind of feel like our childhood, to make it feel like we're on winter break again. So I put together a little list. If it's still too early for you to put this together, if you are watching this vlog angry at me for already decorating, that is a-okay. I want you to fast forward to the end so we can still say bye, so we can still say see you soon. But for now, I'm gonna go over my little list of just vibes and things that I want to do that bring me joy and that I feel like will make the holidays feel just that much more magical. So kind of rapid fire here, I want to watch something holiday related every week. And I know that's a tall order sometimes when we have stream, when we have content, when we have work, when we have other responsibilities. But I intentionally said something holiday related, so it doesn't have to be like a movie. Like it could be like some episodes of a TV show if I don't have a lot of time. It could be, I know like the Great British Bake Off has like a holiday themed sort of season. It could be something like that. It could even be putting on some Christmas music and just doing a cozy little hobby. Like whatever I'm doing, I want to do it at least one time a week so I can get my fill of the music. I can get my fill of the sort of lovely little vibes that the TV shows and movies have. And then at some point, either with you all or just with my friends, I want to have a cookie decorating party. And who knows, maybe we could do even both. But I always have loved decorating cookies, and I feel like, again, I never get to do it anymore. I never either set aside the time to even bake cookies, let alone decorate them. So I feel like having more of an intention this time will help with some of that. I want to go to like a winter market or an event because I always go to, like a little pumpkin patch, a little apple orchard, like whatever kind of exists for the fall. Those are more easy to find. But the actual like winter ones that isn't just like come see pretty lights. I want to find more that has like hot chocolate, that maybe has like ice skating. Not that I could do ice skating, but the vibes would be there. Like something just a little bit more than maybe a light show is the hope that's running through my mind. Then I want to invite some friends over for a cozy movie night. Like I'm talking about going all out. We're getting popcorn. We're getting festive little drinks. We're maybe even getting festive little like appetizers. We're all getting our little blankets. We all have our little coloring pages and we're all watching like one of the classics. And then the next one is kind of like my most lofty goal, I'll say, because if you all know anything about me, either from streams or any of the past vlogs, I'm not a cook. I don't pretend to be a cook. I am very not comfortable in the kitchen. But I want to try to cook at least like 3 different holiday sort of meals. Do I know what any of those are? Absolutely not. So if you have any ideas, please put them down in the comments of like your favorite thing to cook, or even just something simple. Like even if it's just a little side dish that I can make that goes along with like a ham that I buy or something. All of it, I just want to try cooking different things so that I maybe have some more recipes in my little arsenal that I can bring out when the time comes for it. I also do want to do a holiday themed craft, so even if that's just a coloring book, so we've been really into coloring ever since I invested in like some kind of nice alcohol markers. Coloring has been like my go-to. But even if it's like making my own little decor, I've seen people do like making their own blankets, like making their own little snow globes, like whatever inspiration comes to me, I at least want to say that I can do one. This next one will also just happen kind of around that Christmas time because every year I go home for the holidays and Tori lives right around there too. And I feel like every year we try to do this. Some years we're very successful. Some years we're less successful. Sometimes it doesn't even happen at all if we just get too busy doing life things. But I want to drive around and just look at houses. Some are just like watching holiday movies or like doing cookie decorating. It's just one of those traditions that I love doing in my neighborhood growing up. Add in a little hot chocolate, add in listening to the radio with some holiday music. I could not even be happier. And then finally for my community, and this really isn't like a bucket list, but it's just something to keep in mind. Because I was like, oh, I want to do so many things with my community, and I could do this, and we can watch a movie, and we could do this and this. And like, that seems like a lot. So I just put at the end of this list so many stream things. Because again, these are things that I'm gonna have to plan that I've already sort of started thinking about, but just so many things that I want to do just to get more sense of community around this time for people who either maybe don't have family to celebrate with, who don't celebrate Christmas or any sort of holiday around this season, who might want to get away from their family a little bit and spend some quality time with us. I just want to set up some intentions, not only for myself, but for other people to enjoy the holiday season and just get those cozy little vibes. And that's it. That's all that we're doing for this holiday season. But again, I think this is a good starting point just to make sure that I'm intentionally setting aside time to do more fun things, either with myself, with my friends, or with you all, just to make sure that this time doesn't go by, this season doesn't end, and I say like, oh my gosh, that didn't feel like it used to and didn't feel magical, and then we're just sad about it. So if that also helps you make your own little list, give you some inspiration, I would love to see what your lists are down in the comments. But y'all, I think that's where we'll end the vlog for today. We've done enough decorating. We've done enough yapping. I have had my fill of just so much fun already decorating for the holidays and getting into that season. So again, whether you're here with me, whether you're trying to pull me back into fall, celebrate how you want with whatever you want in however way you want. And we're just going to have such a cozy little rest of the year going in to next year. And until I see you next time, I know that we'll talk so soon.